What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midday Market Recap. My name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos, where we talk about everything over-the-counter stocks, over-the-counter penny stocks in particular. This is the only YouTube channel dedicated to over-the-counter stocks, and I love the OTC. Why? Because of the extreme volatility that we experience. But it's not without its drawbacks. There's a lot of people that hate OTC penny stocks or penny stocks in general because of that volatility, but I love it. And I've learned how to manage it and own that chaos. So that's why this channel exists, is to help you guys kind of get a grasp on how these react, why they move the way that they do. And we've got an important topic today that I wanted to discuss, and it's on fake news. And so how to identify, something that may be particularly a scam. I was able to identify that this particular stock was this particular company, or I don't want to say the company did, but somebody put out fake news about this company, and people took it as real. And I did myself too initially, until I did some more digging, was able to find out before the company even knew that it was fake. And so I'll go explain to you my theory and basically how I was able to identify this and got out quick, fast, and in a hurry, unscathed, thankfully. But I know a lot of people got burned by this, so I want to be able to help you guys understand and identify where sometimes fake news can come about in the OTC and penny stocks in general. Guys, the thing is with penny stocks, it's the bottom of the barrel a lot of times. And so sometimes you can get burned if you don't know how to identify certain things, or maybe how to just do the work to figure things out. And so that's one of the drawbacks that the OTC has. I don't like to harp on it too much because of, I do love the area of the market that I trade in. But it's an unfortunate truth that you need to be aware of, and basically, learn how to stay away from that stuff. So as people are rolling in, let me welcome some folks. Daniel, what's going on, man? Stone Cold Chandler, Jason, Sheila, Brett, Blade Runner, what's going on? And Michelle, good to see you guys here. Oh, she's getting getting your fishing gear ready. Me too. I've already been out a couple times. Headed to Homer. Oh, I love Homer. You have no idea. Michelle, you just touched my heart there, guys. If you don't know, I actually went to Alaska over the summer, and yeah, the Kenai Peninsula, amazing place. So anyway, you caught me off track there with that one, but I love Alaska. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. What's going on, Don? Good to see you, man. Is that Salah? Yeah, Salah. I think. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I suck at this sometimes. So, but anyway. So let me show you what I was talking about as far as today's topic is concerned. If you have any stocks that you want me to take a look at, overall today's pretty slow, so I thought this would be a good time to kind of identify how to pick these up. But so let's just take a look at it. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys as per the usual. And can you guys see that? Okay. It looked black there for a second. So anyway, this is WeTrade HQ. So if you're not familiar with the platform that myself and my partner Jay created, it's called WeTrade HQ. It's a free platform where you can be a part of a community of over 4,000 members and really learn and grow, celebrate each other's success, not just in the penny stock world, but any area in the market. So whatever you're trading, we're going to have a spot here for you at WeTrade HQ. And so let's just get to it. So I went to WeTradeHQ.com. I looked at ticker that I was particularly looking to look up. So I typed in the search bar here, see what my friends are chatting about this particular one. And this is STHC. So fake news came out on this one. And how do we identify it? So as you can, if you go to OTC markets, it was actually, they put out relatively quickly, and I thought that was pretty good, surprisingly, that they came out relatively quickly to kind of like basically discount any of the news that came out yesterday. Obviously, you can't see it on here anymore because OTC Markets deleted it. But here's what happens. So a company like OTC Markets or even TOS, this news showed up on Thinkorswim, so TD Ameritrade evens. In any of your bigger brokerages, they basically borrow information from other news wires to basically place on their tickers when news comes out. And so Global Newswire is the company here, Global Newswire. They specifically put out news a lot of times for OTC stocks mostly, a bunch of other ones, but they're pretty widely known in the OTC. And so basically what had happened was I don't know how this happens. I really can't explain it because I'm not shady like that. But somehow, somebody was able to get to Global Newswire, tell them that there was news about a merger talk and resume operations, this, that, and the other. And come to find out that it was actually fake. So the real South Corp came out and said, hey, we have no idea who put this out, why this is happening, and we want it taken down. So Global Newswire took it down, made an announcement that the news was fake, basically. But I knew this was fake before STHC even came out. So my initial knee-jerk reaction, as was with a lot of people, the news came out about the merger news, okay? So usually when I see stuff like this and I'm looking at a share structure that is relatively small, look at this, 175 in the OS, and so it was like almost kind of like a no-brainer. And I said, okay, I'm going to grab a starter here at 0023. And so that's what I did. I was like, man, there's a lot of volume coming in. I got to hop in on this. So I'm going to take a starter and I'm going to go do some digging to see what's going on here. And the more digging I did, the more I was like, I feel really uneasy about this. So then I look at the disclosures. When was the last time they had filings? Last time they had filings here, first of all, we can see that they're dark and defunct. The last time they had filings was a 1512G, was back in 2016. Their last quarterly filing, which was a 10K, was in 2015, September. So then I'm like, oh crap, maybe this is a red flag. So what do I do? Well, there was a phone number that was attached to the PR. But what I've learned in my experience with a lot of these is that I don't really care to go off of the phone number that's on the PR, because what a lot of these scammy type people do is they'll put their specific phone number on there so that you can call them and they'll be like, oh yeah, this PR is legit. We're really getting into a merger, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it is fake news, Don. It's really a real thing. So what I did, I went to the company profile and this number was completely different. Whoops. That number was completely different than the number that was on the PR. So I called this number and I got some random weird person on the phone that had nothing to do with Southcore Capital. And that's when I was really kind of like taken back and I was like, this is probably fake. And I got out. I was barely green. I didn't take out, I didn't take a loss, thankfully, but I got out as quickly as I could and let everybody know. I was like, listen, this is not smelling right, guys. I think this might be fake. I don't like it at all. And lo and behold, they came out with news basically just saying, yeah, it was fake. So Southcore had nothing to do with it, to my knowledge, as far as the fake news is concerned. But you can see when everybody started to find out, you look at the chart here, it's like everybody found out the news was coming in, and then it was like, oh crap, it's fake. Getting out. So it went all the way up to 0034, almost 0035. Closed the day yesterday at 0007. So unreal. But guys, this happens quite often. I wouldn't say quite often. I don't want to scare people into like going into panic mode all the time. But it does happen. I would say maybe, I don't know, 6 to 10 times a year you see this. The thing is that it's important to identify like news like that so that you don't get burned, obviously, but lots of times it can be really unrealistic. So you'll see news that comes out, a company that's been dark and defunct, and you're like, how did they come up with $3 billion in revenue and we haven't heard from them in years? And then you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm not even paying attention to that. This one though was a little bit more tricky because it showed up on OTC markets, it showed up on Thinkorswim, but it was from Global Newswire, and there's some things you just had to do a little bit of extra digging. So we actually talked about this in my morning mentorship, how important it is to identify stuff like that so that you don't get burned. And we were fortunate enough to, not really get hurt too bad on that one. A couple people I think got stuck because they just didn't realize what was going on, but it's really important to question everything. Okay, even people that you think might have your best interest at heart, just question everything. Do your own research, which is what I did, and really just kind of protect yourself. So I'm just gonna check here on some comments. So some tickers people want me to take a look at. So pretty much done. Pretty much. It was a 1-800 number that I think that was on the PR though. But yeah, I've seen it before. Where they put put a number in there, and there was no email on the PR either. Oftentimes you'll see like a company email. There wasn't one on there either, so it was kind of like this smells a little fishy. So yeah, started adding things up, and then it was like, yeah, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So that's when I was kind of like, I got to get out of this thing. So it is what it is. It happens sometimes. You just got to make sure that you know what you're looking for to be able to identify something like that. So, anyways, ETFM, just kind of thinking of a better position to help me pull me up with what's good entry down here. So yeah, I could take a look at that. So ETFM, I think they came out with an 8K today, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's not one that I'm in anymore. Haven't been in it for probably about 6 weeks. Because it just never really did anything anymore. It had probably had highs in the 004s, if I remember correctly. They came out with an 8K, but I don't think that it's really much. I mean, unless you're stuck in this or something and you're just looking for an area to get out. For me personally, I don't see the value here. I know a lot of other people do, but it's just my own personal feelings about it. Looking at security details, share structure doesn't look bad at all. They came out with, yes, I thought I saw the, no, this is 4.4. Let me see. Oh, no, it's 410. My bad. Yeah, so they came out with 8K. Departure of directors. Yeah, that's not exactly good. Departure, we removed all officers and or directors of our wholly owned subsidiary. I don't know. That doesn't sound like that's great news to me. But either way, just really low volume. Not really seeing the value here anymore. So ETFM is going to be a no-go for me. I don't even know where I'd try to identify any kind of real support. You can make an argument that maybe 0011 is going to be it, but it's even broke below that already at 001. I would be surprised if this isn't in the trips, maybe even by the end of this week. So we'll see where ETFM goes, but this is one that I'm probably going to stay away from in general. Can't say that I'm a big fan of this one. ADMA received FDA approval. Hey, what's going on, Scooter Magooter? ADMA, yeah, let's take a look at it. I can take a quick look. Is this NASDAQ, I believe? Which is fine. I can look it up. Yeah. So here's the thing in my experience with NASDAQ stocks and catalysts that come out, especially like with FDA approvals and stuff like that. If the news has already shown up on it, you're too late. You know, what would have been the best entry? Right down here at 324. Because it's already gone up to 521. Actually gapped up to $6.30. So at this point, is there value here? Should you get in? I'm going to say it's a little hot, to be honest with you. If I pull up, you know, we pull up Bollinger Bands, could pull up RSI, we can see how overbought this already is. I mean, look how hot this is. This is hanging out. Even when it gapped up, goodness, I mean, way above the upper band on the Bollinger Bands. Real hot on RSI. I like using these together for a lot of, you know, to identify things such as this, oversold, overbought situations. But yeah, this is one I'm going to stay away from just because it's too hot. Just looking at the chart, it's just too hot to touch. If there was only one, what is that? What did you say, Don? If there was only one, you would hold account today or tomorrow. Which one? I don't know. I can't make sense of that one, man. You got to help me out with that. INKW. Yeah, INKW is a real big head scratcher. So if we go to my equity feed scanner, I can pull this up just to get the particulars here. Over $200,000 in dollar volume. 14 million share volume. This is the most volume I have seen since I've been invested in INKW, which has been the better part of 6 months. And it hasn't moved, and it's actually red. I don't know what's going on. I looked at most recent filings. I can't find any convertible shares to speak of unless, you know, they're converting right now. We don't know. So this is one that it's a real big head scratcher. I don't know if they're converting, but it certainly feels like dilution to me. I'd be really kind of upset, and this has been a little frustrating for me as far as INKW is concerned. Hopefully this is the beginning of something, but we'll see. Some really extreme volume that I've seen on INKW. I'm hoping that it's encouraging, but they came out with news that was a little fluffy, if I'm honest. You know, I'm still very strong on INKW. I really like the stock a lot, but it's to say it's not frustrating, I would be lying. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. I've added to this and averaged down. I'm still happy with my position, but been real frustrating with INKW. So hopefully, you know, again, I've said this from the beginning that I want to know who they're going to be distributing to. That's going to be the main catalyst for me. I want to see what's happening with INKW, and I think the story's just not over yet. So we'll see with that. As far as Don, if there's only one ticker you hold account with today or tomorrow, which one would it be? I would say probably either. And if it was just me, and that's all I had, I would say either VYST or LFAP. LFAP is going to be that LGBTQ ETF. Lots of value to be had there. Huge players in that one. That's the one that I like. INKW has been nice. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're able to get in low, I mean, it's still been nice to me as well. But I don't know. It's been frustrating still, I think. For somebody who's been in it for as long as me, it's been frustrating. So I still like it. I'm still not mad at it. It is what it is. You know, that's the nature of the beast. So that is it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up there. So thanks so much for your input today. I hope that you learned something with you know, just trying to identify scammy type stocks. What really kind of quantifies is actual news versus fake news, and how to identify certain things like that. So if you got something out of that, I certainly would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, you want to know more about over-the-counter stocks, how they move, why they move the way that they do, and how to really capitalize and make a good living doing so as I have, subscribe. I go live every day right around this time. I also do a Stock Watch Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. We kind of watch the stocks throughout the rest of the week. And I sprinkle in some other helpful tips and other videos as well. So subscribe to this channel. This is the only one that's really kind of dedicated to the OTC. And I know for a fact that it's the largest one. So, and there's a reason for that. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel as well. And if you want to check out our free group, it's at WeTradeHQ, WeTradeHQ.com. The links are all in the description the links are all in the description below as well. And it's not just dedicated to penny stocks. Like I said, we specialize in all areas of the market. Don, that was tuning in today, also a mentor within our group. He specializes in a different area of the market. So if penny stocks aren't your thing, WeTradeHQ has so much other stuff that it offers to be able to help you become a better trader, so that no matter what you're trading in the market, WeTradeHQ is the place for you. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. Have a good one.